everyone. I've got a commission to do. I've got to make a bird bath. I've had some fairly hot weather, but I can't put this off any longer, and it's going to be a 37-degree day today, so I'm out in the forge nice and early this morning. Well, early for me. I've got to do some forge work on this bird bath, so let's get stuck into it and see what we can do. So I've got my steel in the forge. Just I need to taper out the ends of both ends of this, I've done a little bit already on the power hammer. I'll just do a bit of tidying up on the hammers, and we'll see what we can make this look like tree roots. Just full face blows on the section you want to square up. Make it into a square section and taper it out. Make sure that every now and then you just rotate it a bit so that you're getting it evenly hammered out. Once you get to there, then you can make it into a hexagonal. Make it round. Just tapering it out nicely. Get a bit of power hammer action happening now. Rightio, we've hammered them out. They're pretty rough on the outside. I've just quenched them actually because they're a little bit too hot. I'm not that fussed about tying them up, making them all smooth, because they're supposed to resemble roots anyway, and just leaving them with that organic shape is going to be quite good. And this is going to be the top half, and this is going to be the branches that are going to come up, and they're actually going to hold the bird bath itself. So now the next step is to get this welded. Still a bit warm, so watch out for black heat. So weld this together, and then I'm going to heat them up, and then we're going to twist them probably 3 or 4 times. Hopefully we can get that all on video as well. This is the disc I'm going to use for the base. So what I need to do is I need to measure up from there down to the outside so that I know where I'm going to bend these, because I don't want it to go too far, and I don't want the stretched out bits being too long on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld, I'm not going to weld them on there just yet, but I'm going to put that much distance on the end of these, so probably up to about here, and that should give us enough room to spread out. And then I'll weld this here into a bundle so that it looks like a tree trunk when I'm twisting it. Alright, so the distance I need is 20 centimetres, so that's about here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark it on one of these to start with my silver pencil. And it's not going to matter if one's a bit shorter or not, because at the end of the day they'll all do the same job. Now I've got to bundle these up into a ball, so that's why I've used 5 instead of 6. I can actually make an easier bundle with 5. This distance here, this is the top disc. Looking at roughly 24 centimetres, and if I go back down here to my bundle, where is it? Can't see it. There. I've given myself 30 from the longest one, which will give me a bit of room to juggle one or two up through there, and then the rest can come out and hold it all up. I'm just welding up these. I've got a couple of welds on already. I forgot to press the start again. So just do a couple more. That one doesn't look like it's stuck too well. Okay, that looks good. Alright, so they're all bundled up now. We're up to the twisting part now, and this is the tricky bit, because what I need to do is I need to heat the whole lot up at once and try and twist it all in one hit if I can. So going to be using this this post vise here, and can't twist upwards, so I'll have to twist downwards. It's going to be an interesting job. See what we can do. Thing off. I reckon that'll be enough. As you can see, it's still got a bit of a bend in it, but there's enough heat in it now. I should be able to straighten it down on the anvil and bring it back to where it should be. Some seriously hard work doing that. Alright, I'm going to let that sit, cool down, and let me cool down a bit too. It's really starting to heat up out here now. Okay, while I'm waiting for that trunk to cool down, I'm going to start texturing the hibiscus flowers that I'm going to be using on this as well. So I'll show you what we've got. So what we've got is we've got some flower blanks that I've cut out on the plasma, and just going to give them some texture. But before I do that, I'm going to put in my anvil protection, because I don't want to be hitting the anvil with a hard-faced hammer. So just going to bash the outsides of this just to give it a bit of texture, and ultimately it's going to end up looking like that. So your petals have got some texture to them. While I'm hammering out the texture, I'll just show you something a bit about using a hammer. If you're going to be bashing like this, you're going to wear yourself out very quickly. Let the hammer do the work. So I'm actually letting it rock in my hand, and the weight of the hammer is doing all I need it to do down the bottom there. And all I'm doing is just lifting my arm up and down just marginally to get the job done. So remember, you don't have to have a stranglehold on it, just a nice grip. You don't have to hold it at the end, because the more you got at the end, the more it's going to flex your wrist. Just let it rock backwards and forwards. There's still a fair amount of black heat left in that trunk that I've been making. It's been about half an hour, so I've quenched one end of it so I can manoeuvre it, and now I'm going to just bend the ends out. So let's have a look and see how I do that. So as you can see, I've got this is the base end, and I've got splits on that end, so that's going to have to be sorted out. So I'm heating up just above the welds to bend the bases out. how well did I do with the angles? Not too bad. A couple of them need to bend out a bit more, but once I start welding one in place, I can bend the others to suit. Let's weld this sucker in place. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a lean on it, which is easy enough to fix. So once I bend this one down in place, I can heat it up again and pull this all across. But I'll need to have this secured down to the table first. So the first thing to do is get this one bent down, get that one bent down a little bit, weld them in place. I probably should have cleaned up where the welds are on that before I put those others on, I guess, shouldn't I? Then I can hammer that down and make it look like it's all supposed to be there. Let's keep the video going, and what I'm going to do now is heat up here and bend these down. I had to do a bit of multitasking there to make it all happen at once, and it was easy just to keep going. So let's see where we're at. So that's not too bad. That's about where I would expect it to be sitting. Maybe a little bit more like that. Now the reason I've used this disc on the top is even though it's got 5 holes, they'll be easy enough to weld up. But this here actually gives a bit of this bit in the middle here gives a bit of a safe place for smaller birds if they want to have a bath. So always thinking about the wildlife. Let's see how she fits. I might have to rethink this one, I think. So, didn't quite go according to plan. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this one here, because that's almost in the right spot. And that'll help me to weld it up, and I'll just weld it on the other side of it. That's easy enough to do. So let's cut. Okay, a couple of these need to bend down a bit more still. Certainly shortchanged myself, didn't I? I didn't go according to plan, so I'll cut that piece off. Going to bend this one back out again, and I'll just weld pieces onto it, I think. because it's too hard to try and make it line up in the middle. Oh well, that's one of the things about doing this sort of stuff, I guess. Once again, it's going to be a bloody hot one outside. They're forecasting 39 to 40 degrees today, so I'm out in the forge relatively early for me, and trying to finish off what I can on this this bird bath. So I'm just going to tidy up the back of these leaves a bit. I've got a few welds on there to hold the stems on, and I don't want them completely visible, so just going to have to do a bit of a grind on there and see if I can clean it all off. Going to make the flower heads, just pressing a spike down through there, which is going to give us our hibiscus, and then throw a bit of weld on the back of it. We have hibiscus flower ready to be formed. Now we're going to put some shape to the leaves and the petals. And I've got a special tool here to do all that. Let me just and yeah, it's not too bad. And the same with the flower. These have a tendency to tilt up a bit. One hibiscus. I'm just going to do some shaping now. So I want this leaf to bend down a bit more, but if I try and bend it now, because it's been heated up and cooled down so many times, it'll break. So just going to heat it up and gently ease it over so that the leaf is pointing downwards. Might heat up the outside of this a bit and bend him around a bit as well. Just needs to be a little bit red. You just don't want flat leaves, you want to have a little bit of an organic shape to them. You can do this shaping with the swage block that I have, the vice mounted swage block, but sometimes it's just a little bit easier to get that extra special shape to it. Whole section here, and that's better. I reckon that'll do it for that one. The other one needs to bend down just a little bit. So I've done a bit of extra work and didn't video it. It's just a little bit too tedious to go backwards and forwards, but I'll show you now what we've done. So what I've done now is I've put some more form and shape into those. They've still got to be rusted up yet. And I've got a little hummingbird that I've made out of a Fredericks cross, which I'll show you in another video. A little bit of cleaning up to be done on maybe that weld in there. Just leak testing at the moment, a couple more welds to put on down the bottom, and she's all done. Well, it seems I'm never really satisfied with my my final, what I think is my final result, and I want to make a little bit of a change to this bird bath. I've had a bit of a think about it overnight, and I reckon the roots need a little bit more finessing. So let's see what I got in store for it. So even though I've sort of put a little bit of a twist and bend on some of these roots, that's not how roots look. So what I'm thinking of doing is a nice big open space here. I'll add another root in there and give it a bit of a twist, and maybe this one over here I might have another one coming out around here like that, and bend it around and come down here, something like that, and maybe a bit more of a bend on these, so it looks a little bit more organic. I like that word, organic. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that looks organic enough? There's that word again. All right, now all I've got to do is leak test it, make sure that we haven't got any leaks, and then I've got to rust her up. Maybe a little bit of tidying up on some of the welds just to smooth them out a bit. So I reckon I've got it done. That looks, having that little bit of dag there. There's a few bits and pieces that I'm not happy with, but I'll tidy them up afterwards. I'm just testing it for leaks, and pretty happy with the way that the base turned out. It looks pretty good down there. Maybe I might have needed one more coming out from here somewhere, but I'm thinking that that'll do for now. And I've got my little hummingbird in there, and I've actually blued up the wings a bit. So I'll clear coat that, and I'll rust everything else so that the hummingbird sort of sticks out a bit. Although that leaf looks pretty cool too. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how we go. I'm pretty happy with the way that this bird bath's turned out now. I'm just going to apply some Penetrol to seal it up. I've got the rust and everything all happening on it. It's looking pretty nice actually. So let's have a look and see what I've got. As you can see, I've already started applying the Penetrol. There's a couple of weld spots in there that I'm going to leave them as they are, purely because I want to keep a little bit of strength in there. The rust has turned out well. I've already sealed up the bird, so the bird's going to stay that colour and everything else is going to be rusted. And everything else down here is rusted up very nicely. So once she's all done, we'll get another picture of it, and then let's whisk it off to the new owner. It'd be really great if you subscribe to our channel. We'd love to see you back again. Maybe hit the like button if you like what you've seen. Leave a comment, and possibly even share a video or two out to your friends and let them know what we're all about. Thanks very much for watching now.